it's Miss Pritzl at the Appleton West Library, and I am book talking Every Time You Go Away by Abigail Johnson. This is what I would call a realistic romance. It is definitely intended to be a romance, but there's big, heavy, realistic issues in it, and romance realistic doesn't sound right. So, all right. It is told from the point of view of our two main characters, who would be Rebecca and Ethan. Rebecca has grown up next door to Ethan's grandparents, and Ethan has come to live with his grandparents quite a bit during the years because his mother abuses drugs and alcohol. And so when she's not well, he ends up with Grandpa and Grandma. And when she is well, she comes and gets him, which is why the title, Every Time You Go Away, is so important, because every time he goes away, it does something to him, but we hear more about Rebecca's view. I think we find out like what it does to him more toward the end, because he gives the impression that he always wants to be with Mom. That's always his first priority, but maybe not so much. So the main timeline of this book, there are times when they go back in time, so they'll say Rebecca then or Ethan then at the beginning of the chapter to help build the story of their relationship. But at the time of this, the majority of this book takes place, Ethan has not been to live with his grandparents for 4 years. And I don't know if they ever tell us exactly how old they are. We know he dropped out at 17. We know that she has applied and been accepted to a college, and is soon to go away to college. So I would say it's the summer after what would be their senior year, definitely her senior year. So 4 years since they've seen each other, 2 years since Rebecca was in a car accident, where she ended up paraplegic and in a wheelchair, and also her father died in that car accident. So she is dealing with a lot of issues. There's just so many things about this book, and when I was thinking about like how do I feel and what do I say, the word that came to me was this fierce love that they have, that, from the time they are very young children, and the things that they do. Rebecca was this rebellious spirit, and she would kind of often drag him into things or get him to do things. So I think he was more hesitant to do them, but he did them. She's a little obviously more cautious now, but she still does, like, hey, let's do this. Rebecca's mother her father was the loving figure. Her mother's always been cold and distant. And Rebecca feels like her mother's goal is just to get her away out of state to college and out of the picture. So there's a lot going on with her relationship with her mom. And like I said, Ethan just feels like he's the only one who can take care of his mother, and he will just drop everything and everyone in order to go save his mother. So Ethan's got a lot of issues to deal with. I just don't know that I cried outright tears, but I definitely got choked up during this book, and I did feel that I just really felt for both of these characters. And I mean, like, sometimes wanting to bonk them on the head, but other times wanting to just like, okay, like, yeah. So if you want a romance that has some really heavy realistic issues, I've got quite a list of ones that I enjoy. I would definitely recommend this book. This would fit with them. So if this is not your cup of tea, I will help you find something else. Otherwise, have a fantastic day and keep on reading.